Hi everybody, I just want to quickly do a demo on how one can use Moodle to help with N-curve compliant assessments. Now, the first thing is this is a sample course that I'm busy working on, and you'll see it in the various videos that I'll be making. So one of the first things that I want to take a look at is how to make use of the Moodle lesson to do a bit of the work for the pre-assessment plan and briefing. So you'll see I've got it right over there. But first, let me just make the screen go full screen like that. Okay, so there we click on the plan and prepare. So then what we see is it now gives us a description about the introduction to assessment plan and preparation. So here's the text. Of course, one can also add images to this. The next screen then just takes you into this assessment process. You'll see there's at the bottom it shows the percentage on how much of the lesson is completed, and there on the right hand side you're going to see the different menu elements where you can skip to. But for now, let's just follow along on the next. So one of the important things about this is you want to also test whether people are actually reading what's on the screen, not just clicking next, next, next. So I've inserted quizzes here and there. So on this first, it then asks us to match the different elements. As you can see, it's not very hard, and then they click on submit. Then it will show them the different information, and you can see I got there the feedback wrong. So and there it tells me I've got 5 more attempts. Then I'll say yes, I want to go again. So conduct. Plan and prepare, conduct, feedback, and review. Submit. Here it shows you then what your answers are. I don't really like the formatting just yet. I still have to play around with it because this is actually the answer, but it makes it look like this is the answer. So it's still a little bit confusing, but I'm working on that. Okay, so let's go on to the next portion. Here it would tell them what's the different unit standards, as well as where they'll be able to find the different elements. So if we clicked on one of these hyperlinks, it'll actually open it in a new window so that the learners can see the assignment and then start working on it. So back over to the next button. Here it talks a little bit about the assessment plan and what needs to be taken care of. So one can also then just make a link to a document with all of the accreditation details on it so the learners can see those, as well as the assessor registration. Here it then just gives a bit of the information. For example, it'll tell them that they must consult the calendar to see the due dates, and they must also take a look at the news forum if there's any changes to the dates or the venues. Then the assessor will post that there and everybody will get an email. Okay, so then here it just asks them to confirm certain elements, and then this is of course then again to see that they've read the previous page. And here it's that same screen just showing the correct answers again. Okay, and here it just talks about the sequence of the events. Here it talks about the recognition of prior learning. Then they can indicate whether they wish to apply for RPL or not apply for RPL. Now, if they apply for RPL, it's going to tell them to contact their assessor. If they click on there, it's going to open up the messenger function so that they can send the message. And then if they go on to the next question, then they're going to score a 0 for this question. Now, that's actually very important because it allows the moderator to easily check if there were any special needs or RPL things in the course. It also gives them the opportunity to try again if they want to change their mind. So one can expand on this message. I'm just going to say, no, I just want to go into the next question. Then here it talks about the special needs. And here again, it gives them the option. So again, if they put in that they've got a special need, it's going to advise them what to do next. Okay, so one can of course even make it that the different questions takes them to different places. Okay, here it talks about the roles and the responsibilities. Again, there's the link for being able to see the various people involved as well as their documentation. Okay, so then the next page just shows us the principles relating to the evidence, the principles relating to the methods, and then the overall process. And then on next, it's now just another test for them to see that they did actually read through the different the principles. Here it tells them they've got it correct. And now for the same about the ones regarding the methods, and then the overall process ones. Okay, and here it explains the appeals process, and then it asks them, do they feel that they're ready to be assessed? If they click on no, it's going to take them to communicate with their assessor again, and if they click on yes, it'll then proceed into their next activity. So what's of course very important is that this is then standardized for each course so that you can then more properly evaluate. Okay, let's just click on yes and submit, and then continue the assessment. It'll allow them to return to the course, the next activity, or then to review the lesson.